Greetings, listeners. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We welcome you all to join us every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. This is a whole hour of Santa Barbara teen athletes and all those people and all those businesses that support those teen athletes. Woo! We are loaded again and again. To my right, let's introduce some co-hosts. We've got Dr. Energy. How you doing? Terri Cooper.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
family
great.
Therapist.
Woo!
And I love your commercials.
Did you like
You
it?
killed it.
Did you like it?
You're very energized.
Well, I am so enthusiastic. I can't even say the word. I'm so enthusiastic about the classes I'm teaching and my therapy, and I wanted everyone to know about it. And I look forward to meeting some of our wonderful listeners.
Nice. So when are they? Where are they? What are they?
What are they? What's happening with you, Dr. Energy?
That's it.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to share with you that I'm very excited to talk about our listeners listening to... I'm getting completely off here from that craziness. Oh, are we still taping?
We are.
Oh, how wonderful. Okay. I'm excited to share with our listeners that I'll be teaching 3 what I call and what I think are very intriguing metaphysical classes coming up at the Wake campus of the Center for Lifelong Learning, which is located in Goleta. And that will be in the first quarter of the year. And on January 30th, I'm teaching an intuition development class. And everybody usually has lots of fun. It's fascinating and it's useful. On February 20th, I'll be teaching past life regression.
Whoa.
Did you know that more than half the world believes in reincarnation?
I do.
Yeah, it's true. And so I'm going to be talking about
Not very Catholic. Busted.
Well, actually, if you want to get into it,
depends upon how far
we
back you
can talk
go.
about the biblical sections in the Bible that were culled in, I think, the 1200s, was it? With any references to reincarnation.
Well, I go to my theosophist friend, Dominique Hackett, but we'll get to her. But I want to talk about a little bit about your practice as well, too.
I've got one more class to tell you about.
Okay, go.
Tell us.
March 5th, I'll be teaching a workshop about the art of mediumship, talking to your loved ones who've passed on. Can I have a woo-woo?
That's woo-woo.
There you go. That's definitely woo-woo. So if you'd like to check those classes out, they're reasonably priced. I guarantee you'll have fun and learn something very different. And you can find those classes at www.sbcc.edu/CLL.
By the way, I took a Metaphysics 101 course, and I was expelled because during an exam, I looked into the soul of the kid in front of me.
What did you find?
I was not allowed to tell.
I see. Okay.
Well, I'm not supposed to do that in the metaphysical class.
Actually, Dr. D, if you practice it, it's pretty easy to become so empathic and telepathic that you really don't have good boundaries and you become inundated. So it's a good idea to learn self-discipline so that it's for your protection, not necessarily for anyone else's.
Self-discipline and telling jokes is also a good protection. It's self-protection.
If what? I didn't hear that.
I said telling jokes.
Telling jokes?
Yes, from this side of the table.
From this side of the table?
No, this side.
I have no idea what we're talking about. None at all.
You're in
That's
another
metaphysics.
dimension or what?
That's metaphysics.
I'm in an
2.0.
altered state right now.
Seriously.
Okay. So anyway, my commercial was about my practice. I'm a transpersonal psychotherapist, and I work with clients who are mostly adults, and I use my intuition, which is highly developed, and I use my 30 years of clinical expertise, and together we move through your issues quickly, easily, and that transformation that you've been looking for happens. So I invite you to come and join me in my therapy office and discover for yourself a unique kind of therapy that will really help you to make the changes you want in 2016. And I thank you, Erica, my queen, for giving me the space to talk about that.
Well, we've been denying you because I don't know why we've been doing that. I just feel that everybody already knew you.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
You didn't know? Who doesn't know you? You're Dr. Energy. Everybody knows who Dr. Energy
I
is.
try when I'm in public places to punch people in the arm and go, "Hey, I'm Dr. Energy. Hi.
Seriously.
And they say, "Go away from me, crazy lady."
So funny. All right. We're going to move on here. To your right, we have the Dominique Hackett. How you doing, Dee?
Good morning, Erica.
Yay, Dominique.
I feel like I'm in hibernation this month, kind of. You know? Do
Well,
you feel that? Well, first of all, you were really sick, so you
I did.
It's been a slow start, I think.
I got a slow start to the year. I don't usually come down with the flu, but and I got to read a book. That was really delightful.
That's what it took.
But this year was an interesting year. We actually had, if you're interested in astrology, we actually had all of the planets going direct. So in other words, if you look up in the heavens, every single planet in our solar system was all going the same way that we were going. So now we're kind of going through the Mercury retro cycle. So some people who are sensitive will experience that this is a great time to finish things, but not necessarily a great time to start things. So,
anytime anything goes wrong, people will say to me, "Oh, it's because Mercury's in retrograde." So my question to you, Dominique, is when are we not in Mercury retrograde?
well, it's kind of like if you come out of the house and you hop in your car and you head down the freeway and there's a lot of cars on the freeway and you don't get to work on time, and then you blame it on the time of the day or whatever. No, well, that's just kind of how things go. So I don't think that you can actually say Mercury retrograde causes anything, but there are some interesting coincidences that seem to happen during that time period.
Yes, they do. So usually for excuses, I will say my dog ate my homework, but Mercury retrograde has been one that's been working for a while now.
Well, I like her comments about the flu, and I think that's a great selling point. Get the flu, read a book.
Yeah. She was really sick. I've known you for a lot of decades, and I've never seen you. I don't think I've ever known that you've had the flu.
Well, the nice thing is when you do get ill, you just need to make sure you have fluids, lots and lots of fluids. I mean, most of the time when I hear whether it's students or parents get in trouble with getting ill, it's because they weren't drinking enough water and enough juices.
Yeah.
So that's really important.
We don't stay hydrated enough anyway. A lot of people are eating when they're really thirsty.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
A lot of our physical conditions and pains in our joints come from being dehydrated.
Exactly.
Water is essential.
And our brains get foggy. So if you find you're
Is
getting
that what
to
it is?
Yeah, you get into the afternoon, you
Goodness,
just can't
get me some water.
can't concentrate on those subjects. A lot of times it's simply because you need a glass of water.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't drink water. A lot of the kids will drink juices or they'll drink some energy drink, and they're not really getting hydrated. They're just getting a lot of sugar.
Yeah, it's similar to drinking alcohol, where you actually pull more water out of your body than what you put in as fluid. So, water. Wow. Great
Is
stuff.
that what happened to me last night?
Seriously. All right, we've got another co-host. We have a teen guest. How you
Hello,
doing
good
there,
morning.
Laura? Woo, DP High School.
I'm
Exchange
doing
student.
perfect.
Yeah?
I'm doing really, really well. And talking about books, I'm really into this one book that I got for Christmas. And I didn't start reading it until like 2 days ago, and now I'm reading the sequel of it. So it's, can I say what
Sure.
one it is? Okay, it's The Selection by Kira Cass. Oh my god, okay, see that face? Okay. And the other thing is I just got back my voice after a few days where I couldn't almost speak because it really, really hurt. So talking about illnesses, now I'm really healthy.
Now you're
and
all
I feel-
healthy.
Oh yeah.
That's it. And then America, don't you not love it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you don't want to leave.
Nope.
This is it.
I'm still going to be here, still going to talk all day long. So, yeah.
This is nice. Do you want to say anything to your mom in any language of your choice, since you speak 5 languages?
Okay, also hallo Mama, Bussi von hier. Es ist das erste Mal, dass ich dir vom Radio rede, also irgendetwas sage, also nur viele Bussis. Ciao, ciao.
Nice. All right, let's go chow on that, all right? We're going to take a little break. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday, 9 a.m. a.m. And Laura, Dominique, where else can you find us?
We're on Instagram,
YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and on Santa Barbara teensportsradio.com.
Nice. Oh, cute. Careful of the voice. We don't need more issues. All right, in the house, we have Dr. Energy, marriage and family therapist, Terri Cooper. You brought in a guest today. Who'd you bring, Terri?
Oh, I'm delighted that I got to have my friend and colleague, Dr. Maria Marotti, who is a Reiki master, a college professor, a hypnotherapist, an author, and so many other wonderful things that we'd run out of time for her to talk about her favorite subject if I went on. Dr. Marotti was actually born in Rome and came to America on a Fulbright scholarship. After teaching for 25 years at different colleges, she decided to give academia a rest and put her right brain to work, and she became a Reiki master, as well as a student of holotropic breathwork. Do not ask me what that means. Maybe she'll tell us. Deep memory process and hypnosis. I want to also let you know that my friend, Dr. Marotti, has also volunteered for the last 13 years as a Reiki practitioner at the Breast Cancer Resource Center, where she also teaches meditation, Qigong, and visualization for cancer patients. Now, she's going to talk to us today about hypnosis, what it is, how it works, how it's different from meditation, and how it can benefit athletes in their mindsets and performance levels. So I'm delighted to welcome to Teen Sports Radio, Dr. Maria Marotti. We're very pleased to have you on the show.
Yeah!
Thank you, Terri. I'm delighted to be here. And yes, do you want to know what hypnosis is? And well, it's a deep state of relaxation that talks to the subconscious mind. Now, how is it different from meditation? Well, meditation has a more spiritual slant. Certainly, it requires a state of relaxation, but there are various kinds of meditation. And hypnosis, from this point of view, is more straightforward. And usually, it is done by one practitioner to a patient, to a client. So, want to ask me questions more specifically about that?
No, you answered everything. Thank you.
Yeah.
How did you get involved and decide to learn hypnosis, and how do you use it in your practice?
Well, I got involved after I studied breathwork, because breathwork also induces an altered state of consciousness, but it is very open-ended. And I noticed that my clients sometimes needed more work on specific issues. And hypnosis is very much nuts and bolts from this point of view. It really digs into specific issues that may come up from other practices, like meditation or breath work, for example. So I got involved in that, and I practiced it for a few years. Then I specialized in smoking cessation, and that was and is a very successful thing to do, and rewarding for me and for the clients, especially to stop smoking.
But how come, in movies, when we see people that are hypnotized, they say things that they didn't know when they were awake, or they completely do not know what they talked about while they were hypnotized? Is it really like that?
Well, it addresses subconscious mind. So whatever is there that we haven't accessed in any other way, it will come up.
And they do not remember what they talked about?
No, they often do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
There is something called stage hypnosis, and that is hypnosis, but it is specifically geared by the hypnotherapist as a performance piece. So you will get a truck driver who he tells to act like a ballerina, and they will get up and dance and never believe that they would have done that.
That's
then they see themselves on a film and they can't believe what they did. So there is a certain amnesia if the therapist suggests that. And what's really wonderful is that sense of liberation. We have a little time, so may I share a funny story with hypnosis? Is that okay?
Sure.
My boyfriend was going to acting school many years ago, and he came home to teach me or practice on me hypnosis. So he hypnotized me and regressed me to age 16. He just took me back in time, and I was 16. When he wanted to take me out of hypnosis, I didn't want to come. I loved it in there. I loved being 16. I was 32. I was now 16 again, and I loved it. And I wouldn't come out, and I did not come out for 2 days. He was frantic, and I was telling everybody about this older man that I was going with, who was, 28 years old, and my mother would kill me if she knew. Of course, at the time, I was 32. And it was embarrassing, and he was going, will you stop that? Will you come out? Oh, I like it here. And finally, what took me, this is a true story, Maria, what finally took me out of it is we went to Disneyland. And at Disneyland, they have this animatronic thing with Lincoln. And I was very patriotic, and I'm watching Lincoln talk, and there's these, no, it wasn't. It was Big Bear Jamboree. That's what it was. And there were people in front of me who were talking and disturbing the actors on stage who were animatronics. And I said, would you be quiet? And I woke myself up. And but I was under hypnosis for 2 days, and he did not know how to get me out, and they were great. And that's my hypnosis
Thank
story.
God for Lincoln.
It wasn't Lincoln. I didn't know if it was Lincoln or a big bear. I was just happy.
How can the hypnosis help with athletes?
Yes. It helps with perseverance, with endurance, with will, with focus, all of this for everybody, so for athletes as well. Yes, it's very good. It's a visualization that the practitioner can induce, but this visualization is much deeper than simply visualizing a slightly relaxed state. It is a deeply relaxed state, so it can help that way. And it really reinforces whatever willpower is there. And whatever endurance is there. Usually you bring back the client to a moment in life where he or she has used that willpower and create a connection with that. And even a physical connection, like, whenever you remember that, touch your hand and things like that.
It's called anchoring, right?
Anchoring,
is the name for it.
Yes, in particular, is anchoring, and that's what happens. And then when they come out, they can always anchor. That's why it is good to remember, not forget. Yes, and there is as Terri pointed out, there is an enormous difference between the stage hypnosis, which is only geared to create a wonderful show, and the therapeutic hypnosis that I practice. I don't do stage hypnosis. I don't think I could.
So you won't make me a ballerina?
No, I don't want to make a ballerina or a 16-year-old. For that matter.
Yeah, that's even too far for my subconscious mind to go to.
I'm curious, can you, in your therapy, in the therapeutic process, use hypnosis to get someone to stop doing something they don't want to do, i.e., stop smoking, or start doing something that they know they really need to do, but they just don't have the conscious will to do it?
Like give up
yes.
gluten, I'm just saying.
Yes,
well, no,
absolutely.
that would be stopping something. I'm talking about going to work out,
Yes.
eating more healthfully, not necessarily specifying what they should eat, but having putting that subconscious thought that look for the healthier foods,
Right.
something along those lines.
Yes, that's exactly what happens.
Okay.
Before hypnosis, we usually talk to the client and see what can replace the bad habit with a good habit. Good, healthy, pleasurable habit. And so that's one of the suggestions that come up.
And you can't make someone do or not do something that is not in their personality. Is that correct?
You can make them do what they want to do, what they decide they want to do.
Okay.
You don't make them do what they don't want to do. If they come to you and they say, I really don't want to stop smoking. My wife wants me to stop smoking. I say, it was very nice meeting you, but I don't think we can work together.
Okay.
Because I cannot do that. So even when a person calls me and says, my boyfriend needs to stop smoking, and I said, okay, tell your boyfriend to call me.
Right.
Because
and In terms of our emotional states, can you, through hypnosis, through the therapy, help someone to have maybe more confidence, more courage, less fear, less anxiety, that kind of thing?
Absolutely, all of the above.
Okay.
Definitely. Actually, I work with lots of people who suffer from anxiety.
Reduce blood pressure?
Yes. Blood pressure too, yes. I've been successful with all of these.
But is it permanent?
Well, it is permanent.
Or how permanent is it?
It can help. It can help to some extent. Definitely permanent. Nothing is permanent in life, but it definitely creates a different mindset. They learn a tool, and I give them a recording of the session, so they can also go back to that, and it's a tool.
Wow, that's so fascinating. What part of the brain do you think is working most, or maybe going to sleep most, when you're working with your clients?
Well, it allows subconscious to come to the fore, and the conscious part to rest a little bit, give it a rest, give it a chance to not be so in control. So it allows a part of the brain that is very big, very, very big, but it's not accessed all the time. You're not aware of all the time, to come to the fore during the relaxation. So that's what happens. I would say the right brain is definitely.
Is there any connection between sleep and hypnosis?
Yes, there is obviously a connection, because if you're not relaxed, you're not going to sleep. But they're not exactly the same thing. It is one notch up.
Oh, okay.
When you take somebody back, doctor, do they would have a conversation with you in like this, and then all of a sudden you want them to go back to when they're 5, and then they start doing baby talk?
It can happen.
Serious?
Yes. Not only that, but it has happened that during hypnosis to stop smoking, people have jumped into a previous life. It doesn't happen often, but it has happened.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. And the connection was there. The reason why they're smoking was in the previous life.
Really?
Yep.
Were they still the same sex?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Let's just go deep. Let's go deep. But Sofia got a smushy sign, and people are getting upset already. We're going down the road here. I don't know. A lot of people in Santa Barbara might not be going for this. All right, so we'll take a break.
Good ones are.
Yeah, we've got a lot of commercials that we could listen to too. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We've got a lot more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m. All right, put your hands together. In the house, we have Kaela, Cleary, Sofia, Cavaness, and Lauren Caplan. Woo! Yeah! San Marcos is back. So we had these beautiful ladies here last week, and we had a little. I put a Santa Barbara High School versus San Marcos High School versus Santa Barbara. I did. I put that all on Facebook. It was kind of like 380 hits. It was pretty exciting. I know everybody saw it, but you'll see it now because you didn't know where to go. Yeah. So I wanted you to bring the guitars back, and we're going to be plugging in some songs here throughout the show. And you looked so excited because we have the doctor in the house, Dr. Maria, and I know that a couple of you wanted to ask questions. So. First off, thank you very much for bringing your music and everything. We're going to get to that. But do you guys have any questions for the doctor? Because she's going to be stepping out. She's got another appointment. So if anything you want to know, I know you're all looking. You were so, amazed at all this good stuff. Because, that's one thing I love about this show is, we're trying to educate, and we're trying to give you some, information, because you might want to experience something down the road. And, this is all about learning, So sharing is caring, as they say. So do you have any questions?
How do you get someone to be in a completely relaxed state?
That's a good question.
Well, that's the process of hypnosis. First, you relax the mind, the body, every part of the mind, every part of the body, and then you go from there. Then once the relaxation is very deep, then you give the messages, or rather the suggestions. More specific suggestions.
Does it ever happen that people can't let go, can't relax, and so it's hard to bring them in hypnosis?
It happens sometimes, but I must say it is rare.
Okay.
So you're saying you could pretty much hypnotize anybody?
I would say most people.
I don't think I could be
90% of
hypnotized.
people.
Yes, you can.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, using Ericksonian hypnotherapy.
Right.
Gesundheit? No?
No.
I didn't know. What?
Erickson. Eric or Milton?
No,
It's Milton, right?
Milton.
Milton, yeah. There are enough different ways to do hypnosis so that the left-brained person or the Catholic person who's saying you can't take me there, or the person who's an authority figure or a control person, there are things that make it more difficult, and there are ways around that with different forms of hypnosis.
Right.
Yeah.
The thing that I appreciate is that you're always working in harmony with the client's highest good and highest intention. And
Absolutely.
Yes. That's the ethical nature of the practice. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice.
Does it ever happen that, for example, someone gets afraid during the hypnosis? I'm really into that thing, because I want to study psychology, and it's really fascinating
Good for
me.
you. Yeah. Well, some people come and they're afraid, but they're not so much afraid of the hypnosis, or they're afraid of change that may happen, because they come for specific reasons. And what's going to happen when I stop smoking?
And what are the consequences?
Yeah, what are
of
the
it?
consequences of that? What's going to happen when I don't have this pain anymore, and so on.
You know, that's really interesting, because a lot of times with sports, individuals will hit their max and they feel like they can't get any better. And what it is they're really afraid of the success that's going to come when they beat their previous best.
Absolutely.
So how do you address that with your clients?
Well, you make them visualize. You allow them to visualize what would happen if they stopped some bad habits, some non-constructive habits, and just explore with them before even they start, and then after that, Okay.
That's beautiful. It's like
I know,
you're...
of course, and you can give post-hypnotic suggestions, towards the end, you bring them to visualize, and when you get there, you will see this, and you do that, and you will touch your fingers, and you'll touch your hand, and you will remember all of that.
So you help them embody what it's going to be like when they're even more successful.
Right.
I want to add something about my own experience with hypnosis. Is that I struggled with weight for a long time, and I worked with a hypnotherapist. And what I found was that when I came out of the hypnagogic state, I was not in any kind of struggle. I wasn't fighting urges, and I wasn't fighting desire and impulse. The thing that makes hypnosis wonderful is that you don't feel like you're in an altered state when you come out. You feel like you are making decisions of your own free will, and you are. You've just gotten that part of you out of the way. And that's what I love about hypnosis, is that it feels natural and easy to be your very best.
My name is Kaela, and I'm from San Marcos High School. Is it hard to get the patient out of the hypnosis state ever? Or do they come right back out of it?
No, normally it is not, but there are different people. Sometimes it takes more effort to get a person out. Sometimes this person is in a very deep state, and then you say, okay, and in 5 seconds, we're going to count to 5, and you're going to come out. You're going to feel perfect and wonderful, and you are going to open your eyes, and they do.
Wow.
So.
Super cool. I'm Sofia, and what do you normally have to do to get people into that hypnotic state?
Well, first you talk to them, then you relax them completely, body and mind, and then you start giving suggestions. That's basically it.
Is it not true that we, on a daily basis, actually self-hypnotize in certain situations, and can you describe those?
Yes.
Good question, Dr. D.
Yes, that's very good.
That was a good question.
Well, my clients, I often ask, so were you ever hypnotized? And some say, no, never. And I say, well, that's not really right. You were hypnotized every day while you were reading a book, and you couldn't even hear the phone ringing. When you watched a film that, when you were, in traffic, whenever.
Then I'm blitzed out then half the day. Because you could ask Dominique, because, you could do anything around me. When I'm in a zone, forget it. If
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
So you're saying that, for example, in the driving example, if I get in the car and I start the car and I pull out and I get into traffic, and then the next thing I realize is I'm at my destination, but I don't remember getting on the freeway and going 40 miles and getting off.
Yes.
I was in a hypnotic state.
Right. Absolutely.
Or like when you talk with someone, like answer a question while you're reading and then you don't remember talking to them. Is that also hypnosis?
Yes. There are many cases like that. It's not a very deep state, but it is an hypnotic state.
Wow.
Hold on 1 second. Go.
My name is Lauren, and I was wondering how long you can be in a hypnotic state.
It all depends. Usually, as Terri says, she was for 2 days, but normally, in a session, you don't go for that long. 20 minutes to 40 minutes is usually what it is. Yeah.
So basically, you're saying that the state of hypnosis is actually a natural state of consciousness that you're accessing.
Yes, it is a totally natural.
Absolutely.
All righty-o. I was in a natural state there for a second, but then I keep on getting this smushy sign. All right, so let's take a little break, huh? All right, this is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m. I'm still in that state of consciousness, so it's pretty funny. We've got 3 ladies in the house. If you guys have just joined us from San Marcos High School, put your hands together. Kaela, Cleary, Sofia, Cavaness, and Lauren Caplan. We also have, very blessed to have Dr. Maria on board here, and we're going to move, I think, we learned at break. She's also a Reiki master, so let's talk a little bit about Reiki. That would be awesome.
Okay.
That's really something I think these ladies can use because they're all runners. So that would be something really good. All right.
Okay, so Reiki is a healing method that has very deep spiritual implications. It is Oriental in nature, and it's been around for thousands of years. It was rediscovered a little over 100 years ago, and it is induced through an initiation, which is called attunement. It is transmitted passed on from the master to the student. So it's totally oral tradition. And the practitioners feels heat and energy through the hands. The hands become usually warm or anyway tingling, and there is a transmission of energy from the practitioner to the patient. And the same happens when you do the attunement to pass on the teaching of Reiki from the master to the student. It's the same experience of very high energy. One peculiarity is you don't give your own energy, but you channel universal energy through Reiki. So makes you safe, makes your client safe. And that's a very deep thing.
Well, it's so interesting to me because our bodies are really magnets and full of electricity. And we actually, sometimes we talk about our emotional body, how we feel, our emotions. We talk about our physical body. We talk about our mind, our mental body. But as a culture, we don't really talk about our energy body very much. And so I feel like this is something that it's really nice that people are reawakening to the studies and the practical application of Reiki, because our energy body has to do with incorporating all the information that we're getting from our mind, our emotions, our physical body. Can you talk about a little bit of some like personal hands-on things that athletes can do to help re-energize or balance their energy body?
Or remove blocks?
Well, I would say that Reiki is a very good method for athletes. If they can learn even just the first stages of Reiki, they can use their hands to to heal parts of the body that may have been damaged or stressed or strained in many ways. It is also a very effective way to deal with anxiety and fear. It really re-energizes the mind and calms down. It allows the body to repair itself. So that's one thing that.
So if it gets passed from the master to a student, and okay, I understand the whole thing because I have work done by Reiki. I don't know if they're Reiki masters, but I could definitely feel that. Yeah, practitioners. I could definitely feel the heat. I mean, I have 3 people in my life that had their hands are like 110, and like it always baffles me how they can do that. So. What if you were going to teach somebody, if you were going to pass it down? So when you're sitting in front of somebody, okay, the first 5 minutes, so what are you teaching somebody to do? To focus on something, and then I don't understand how you can get.
You're asking me how does the master pass this to the student?
Correct.
Yeah, well, there is a ceremony. It's a ceremony. It's a spiritual practice. So you do a ceremony, and you call in the gatekeeper of Reiki, or the masters that came before you, and you pass it on. You open your 7th chakra, allow it to come in. You have some formulas, some symbols, and using those symbols, you create a ceremony. So that ceremony passes it on. Now, do the student immediately feel it? It may take a while. It may take a day or 2. Normally, it takes a few minutes, but I've seen people calling me maybe the following day and say, yes, I feel it now. Now I feel my hands are really warm. I feel the energy has shifted, has changed. Usually it is within the hour.
It's interesting because I teach meditation, and there's lots of books on how to learn meditation. There's videos. There's lots of different ways you can learn, and there's lots of different meditations. But one of the reasons why I learned to be a teacher of meditation was because of that transmitting from one person to another, because our body, physically, we have mirror neurons. And so our nervous systems are constantly checking in with all the other nervous systems around us without us even knowing. Our heartbeats start to beat in sync, and we start to share the same energy that's in the room. So this is such a natural way of being. I think that Reiki is waking us up to the information of how our bodies naturally work.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, I agree.
It's Sofia again. Where did you learn how to do this? This is so unique.
There are many teachers here in town who teach Reiki. So I learned it from a very good teacher many years ago, and a very spiritual person, and she passed it on to me. It was wonderful.
Do you feel like it on a soul level that you needed to learn it to be able to embody that? I look at it as a gift, and then to heal and to share with others. I mean, were you called?
No, not at first. At first, I was just curious. I was a college professor, very left brain, but curious. And someone talked to me about Reiki, and I decided, okay, let me see, And at first, I did not feel that I got anything at all. And I was with my husband. He too was a professor of mathematics, and we both felt it was nice, but nothing. And then
that would get me so annoyed,
yes,
that would get me. That would just bother me,
right?
Because especially if you try to overthink it, because especially science.
Yes,
that science is math, and math is okay. 1 and 1 is hot hands. I don't know.
Right. But you know what? He got a headache. And he said, well, let's try Reiki. And I tried it on him. Mm-hmm. And the headache was gone within a few minutes.
Oh, wow.
So after that, we decided there was something going on there.
What do you mean with right and left brain? Because you were saying you were very left brain.
Very rational. Very analytical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I mention the Church of the Comforter?
Sure.
Maria and I, Dr. Marotti and I, are both members of the Church of the Comforter, which is a spiritualist church. And from 10:30 to 11 every Sunday, we have hands-on healing. And Dr. Marotti is often one of the healers. So if you'd like to experience that, come in on a Sunday to the church. It's on Garden Street, and have a little healing with one of our Reiki masters and healers at the church. And it's a donation by our healers. There's no fee for it. And come and try it for yourself.
Okay, what time was that on Sunday? My hip hurts. 10:30. I got a hip issue. She keeps tapping me. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? My hip hurts. All right, 10:30.
I might wake up. I can't make promises about that.
Dr. D, what are you laughing at? Your knee hurts. You're coming with me. Oh, it's over? Why, did you go? You're not sharing? What?
I just got one of these.
Oh, sharing is caring. What's going on?
No, I have not.
Dominique.
So tell me more information about where we can find you and contact you. Do you have a website? Or?
Yes, I do. I do have a website, www.sbbreathwork.com. And my phone number, you can always call me at 805-280-8395. Thank you.
Whoa, put your hands together. I like it when the girls, they're like usually chatty Catholics, right? They're not saying a word. They're processing a lot of information right now. Even you, Laura, what are you laughing at? You're not saying anything either. This is like...
I was talking the whole time. I basically made it like I interrogated her. It was like, a police station wouldn't have done
German in you!
a police station would have done a better job. So,
Whoa! All right, well, we'll cool you down. Let's take a break. How's that?
Okay.
This is Erica Salda. It's go time. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. Now, everybody's like, pointing out their owies. Okay, you got a bad shoulder. One guy's got a bad knee. My hip is killing me. Hey, that church is going to be packed on Sunday. Don't forget your donation. I remember the donation. Don't worry.
Just one thing. When you go in there and they're singing a psalm,
be quiet.
Don't go, this is the Queen of Teen, because you'll scare everyone.
No.
She will scare everyone just by singing.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Well, you know something? Speaking of singing, we've got, I don't know how she's going to get home. There's a bus number 11, I think, that goes from Santa Barbara to Goleta. See, there you go. Well, we're going to, go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, Dr. Marotti is working on my shoulder right now. I wish you could feel the heat. It is so wonderful. Aww. She's doing Reiki right now. Aww. So folks out there, close your eyes and just imagine that wonderful warm energy filling you with healing. And now back to peaceful, wonderful Erica.
Oh, yes. That was Dr. Energy. Put me to sleep. Okay, see, we have three beautiful ladies in the house. I want to give them all opportunity before we close down and have a wonderful, because we live in Santa Barbara, so you can't have anything but wonderfulness. Why don't you guys give shout-outs? First of all, I always like to do this. Why don't you each tell me who your favorite teacher is? Because teachers, put your hands together. Every single person who's a teacher, we love teachers. All right, they form and they make things wonderful, and they're totally underpaid, but that's okay. All right, so tell me who your favorite teacher is.
My favorite teacher is probably...
And your name is...
my name is Kaela Cleary, and my favorite teacher is probably my math teacher, Miss Airy.
Woo! Yeah, Mrs. Aries, thank you. We love you.
My name is Lauren, and I was going to say the same thing. My favorite teacher is probably Miss Airy, my math teacher.
Nice.
This is Sofia, and my favorite teacher is my world history teacher, Miss Jacobson. She's awesome.
Woo! Miss Jacobson, thank you. We recognize you and we love you. Listen, see you next week. This is Erica Salda. We love Santa Barbara. God bless. See you next week.
Running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-handed man. She sees him walking in a straight Yeah, they're invincible, and she's just in the background. Ooh, oh, and they come unstuck. They running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man, and I love you when you're singing that song. And I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. I was scared of dentists in the dark, and I was scared of pretty boys and starting conversations. So